Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to day 21 of hashtag 2023 DD Advent, which is the collaboration hosted by the lovely Tracie Fox. And it's using her December daily Advent kit that we've all been having great fun with. Now, this is my second video for the month. And I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been watching all the videos and commenting. It's been so great to see all of the support and interaction. It's also been wonderful seeing all the photos that people have been adding to the Foxy Crafters group, videos on YouTube and photos on Instagram. Using the kit and showing all their makes. It's been so much fun, and personally just thank you so much for your support of my last video. I do really appreciate that. It can be a little nerve-wracking doing this sort of thing, so yeah, much appreciated. I had a ball, so, and hoping I will have one today with you guys as well. So the December Daily Kit is available in Tracie's Love Junk Journals Etsy store. So you can go and grab it if you like. There's so many pages in it, 56 I think. So there's plenty of stuff in there for the next goodness knows how many Christmases. So I printed it all out and it's going to last me a few years. There's also the rustic background pages that are available in the members area of her website as well. Now, all of this is linked below if you want to go and check any of it out. So for my project today, I'm going to use some black cardstock. Now, this stuff I grabbed secondhand, so it's got a few bends and marks on it and that, but I do want to use it, so we're going to use that. I've also printed out these tags that are in the December Daily Kit, but they are the same design as what the rustic backgrounds are in the members area. I absolutely love these. So I've printed out 2 pages of those. Printed out 1 page of these. I've also printed out, I think it's 3. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, so I wanted to make sure I had enough. 3 of these pages. I really love this tag and the flowers, so I want to have a bit of a play with those. And I also managed to print out 1 reverse image. So I was able to do that through the paint program. I opened the page up with paint and there is an option there to reverse the images. So we will have some fun with that. So I've got a bit of fussy cutting to do, but first I think we will get some of our cardstock ready. I do have some measurements here. Whether they're right or not, we will soon find out. So I did measure my cardstock, and that's 11 5/8 across. I want to keep it intact and fold it over for my tags, I think. Though my tags are a little big to do that with, so we might end up having to cut just a little bit off of our tags to make them fit, but that's just the way I want to do it, so I'm going to do it like that. So we'll have 1 piece of our cardstock on my big scoreboard. So I've calculated that I want to score at 5 3/4 from one edge, and then I'll turn my paper over and do 5 3/4 from the other edge. That'll ensure that the tag sides are the same length, and any discrepancies will be in my little spine piece that I'm leaving. So we'll go 5 3/4. And then I'll turn my paper around and we'll go 5 3/4 again there. I probably should have cut the width before I did that, but it doesn't really matter. I'll go and grab my cutter that I forgot. Okay, so I'm going to cut this at the 3 3/4, aka 6/8. See, I'm really bad with my inches. Okay, so about like that. I do struggle getting things straight with my cutters. So So this should be the base for our outer tag. So what I'm making is like a swing tag. I've made a few of them this last year and quite enjoyed making them. I call them swing tags. I don't know if that's what you meant to call them. But anyway, that's what we're making. Just grab my ruler to help fold on the score lines. And the other side. So it will end up being like that. Just fold this again. I think I haven't scored that one. Make sure I get my score straight. Now it should sit a bit better. Yeah, like that. So I've cut both of the tags out, or both sides of the tag, and I have measured 3/16 of an inch from either side and just put some marks there because that's how much I'm going to cut off of each end so that it fits on my tag base the way I want it and leaves a little bit of a border. Might not be the world's most even border, but yeah, I don't tend to get things even often, so why start now? So I'm just going to put my metal ruler where my dots are. And I'm going to use my knife to do this. So we've still got the shape of the tag good enough there. And it's sort of even both ends of how much we're taking off, so we're not taking too much off of one end. So we'll just double check that they're going to fit the way that we want them to. So if I put that down there with a bit of a border, we can see we've got a border either side there. And if we move it down a bit, I think we need to cut more off. So I think we'll cut just a little bit extra off the bottom. There goes my measuring again. This time we won't bother measuring since I can't get it right anyway. Just want to make sure that my tags are together. I'll use the line. I think about that will do. It still leaves a nice bit on the bottom there. That's why I always double check these days. Yeah, that leaves a bit of a better border there. So I think the next thing we'll do with this is ink around the edges before I forget. So I might use my black soot for that. So I've got our base and we've got possibly the front and back. I might change my mind, but we will see. Now, I do want to use, let's just cut this one out and see what we think of that. I'm thinking of covering this back piece with some writing area there. So let's see, that actually looks quite good. I do like that. So I think we'll go ahead and add that to this piece. Again, I will just ink around the edges. So I might go ahead and stick this on. just using my tacky glue. So let's cut that one out. Now with this, I think I'll back this onto some cardstock as well. So let me just find my scraps would be a good idea. There they are. It's pretty well perfect there. Just thinking whether I want a border around this or not. Looks quite good with the little border. So little journaling card that I want to slip behind this if it works. I think I might use one of these again, cut down for that. Just looking at these designs. I might back it with one of these as well. So I think we'll work on that next. I know I'm a bit all over the place, but I'm sort of thinking of what order I want to do things. So I just want to get the basic bits ready and then we can start putting it together. So I think we will use tying up between that one and that one. Maybe I'll use this one. So I'll just chop it out. Not sure how this is going to come together, but oh, hang on, will that go with, yeah, it'll go fine with what else we're thinking of. So it has to be smaller than this because we don't want it sticking out. So again, I might use my knife for this. And we'll cut this side. I'll cut this side because I can see it easier and get it straighter. And that should slide under there quite nicely, I think. And then I thought we would back it with something pretty. So, see, that's about the right width anyway. So that works out good. So I'll chop this out. Pretty well perfect. Just cut off any bits that are overhanging. So I'm going to stick this piece onto that piece. And then we'll just snip off any overhanging bits. So it's got a pretty background, and then that part that we can write on. So that will sit on there hopefully, and this will slip under there. So we'll need a tab so that we know that's there to pull out, and that's what I want to use one of my flowers for, possibly, if it works. And that's why I did the mirror images for the flowers as well, because we can have the flower showing on both sides that way for our tab. So then I've got to decide which flower I want to use for that. So I think we'll probably use that one to do our tab. So I'll cut out the mirror image of that and the normal one. And then I'm going to cut out the rest of my flowers. And then I did print out extra so that I can cut the insides a bit and do just a little bit of simple layering for them as well. Before I do some fussy cutting, I'll just show you. I have cut out the mirror image of this flower and backed it onto some black cardstock. And then there is its partner. So I didn't bother backing that one. And then I cut out the leftover flowers, other than that one that were on the page. And I've backed them onto the black cardstock. And then I cut the middle sort of pieces out of them and backed them as well. So hopefully this will turn out right. But I'm going to sit out in the lounge for the night and do a bit of fussy cutting. And then we'll come back and see what we can do with all of this. Sat and did some fussy cutting last night, and I have some flower pieces here. You will see them all as I put them together. And I found some ribbon. It's used ribbon, so it's a bit crinkly, but I'm hoping it will still work all right for this. I wanted a specific size and sort of colour, so that's what I ended up with. I also backed onto some cardstock and cut around this picture, which came from this page that has all the squares on it. And I left a little border of the black cardstock around that as well. So we'll get started putting some of this together. I've got a bit to do. Now I have this punch that has that long hole. So I'm going to be using that. I know you can get dies that do this as well, or you could probably punch a few of your circles in a row if you're clever, or just cut a rectangle out with your craft knife if you don't have something like this. So what I want to do is put one of these holes in the top and bottom of this piece. And we want to try and centre it, which shouldn't be too hard because I'll follow the centre of the flower here with the line that's on my punch, if all goes well. So make sure it's in there right. Let's punch that one out, so we'll do it again. So I've got the hole at the top and the bottom there. That is where I'd like to put my ribbon through. So I might come up from the bottom and then put it through the top one. And essentially this ribbon's going to hold this card on my tag, like so. But what I do want to do is I have a glitter gel pen here. I love playing around with my gel pens. Most people have gel pens. I don't have stickles. I do have some glitter glues and that, but they're not that good. So I like to use my glitter gel pens. I just want to do a little bit of highlighting on the flowers and the red bits here. So I'll just use my glitter pen. It's very subtle. It's a bit like Wink of Stella, really. And I'll go around these red parts and just add some glitter. Don't know how well you'll be able to see. Oh, you can see it when I move. There's that sheen there. So I'll be doing that on this piece and probably highlighting some pieces of my flowers too. So I'll go off and I'll get that done and then we'll be back to continue. So I've finished colouring in with my gel pen. You can see it's all nice and glittery there. Did the red border as well. And I've done my flowers. So I love the way that's turned out. Although I probably should have coloured this in after I stuck that on. Because I coloured in a whole heap of flowers that didn't need colouring. So now I think we're ready to attach our ribbon to our tag piece. So you'll note that I haven't actually attached the tag piece to our tag backing yet. So what we want to do is get the placement of this covering the other one, like that. Might pull my ribbon through just a tad. And then I want to put a little bit of glue down here to stick a ribbon down there, just using my 450 for this. Just a light bit there. And then we will turn it over and then stick our ribbon down back here. Doesn't matter if the glue bleeds through because we'll be sticking this whole thing down after. A bit crooked, but that's all right. So just make sure we've got this quite taut and straightish. So that's got that front piece attached. Now we've got a little journal card that we made, which we have here. Might actually go around the edge of that with my gel pen as well. Just going to let that dry for a minute and then I'll do the last line, but that just makes it stand out a little bit more. Then we've got the two flowers that I did the mirror image of. Now you will see how they've come up with the glitter pen. I think they look beautiful. And what I've done is matched the petals up so I know which ones are sort of even. So I know they go like that because I put a little pencil mark on one of the petals on each of them. So I know where to join them once I've got the glue on. Now I don't know if this is going to work. So we'll draw our last line now. So the idea was with these to put them on as a tab on my journaling card. So it can slip behind here, but I was going to leave these ones loose so that they just hang over the top like that. I'm a bit worried about the placement of my doves, but I still think we can make this work. All right, so before we stick the doves down, we might just fix this. Now I've lost my journaling card. There we go. I'm going to cut a strip of this. Don't know if this is going to work, but I'll try anything once. Make it a bit thinner. Because I ended up putting the black cardstock on the back of both of my flowers here just to make them a bit sturdier. But I do want a bit more lift on half of it so it slips over here quite neatly. But then the other half I will press together. So I'm going to attach this just down here over this side of the middle a bit, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes sense, so I don't know how to convince you guys, but we'll see. So I'll put that there. All right, so let's put this together. I think I know what I'm doing now. So I'm putting glue over that side. And then we'll stick this about like that. Now I just want to check. Yeah, That looks pretty good. Some of these end bits that are really pointy might get a little mangled, but they can just be cut off. So make sure that's stuck down all right. So that's the back of our card that I'm doing first. And the bit with the ridge that I stuck on is going on the top of our card. So now for this, I might put glue on this bit that's sticking out. Yeah, that'll make sense. So I'll put glue on this side and then we'll stick this on top. And I will not stick down what's going to go over here. Oh, it's hard. Thinking it's hard. Now, if you see any whites where I've cut in that, I can just go over that with my gel pen. Oh, move that over a bit too far now. You could ink around them as well, but I'll probably just use my gel pen to go around the edges. Keep it red. That's not too bad. Also, if there's too much overhang from trying to line bits up, you can always just do a bit of trimming, so I might do that after as well. So there's our journal card now, and you can see that it's lifted over this side a bit, so we'll just see how that goes in now. Is it going to go in the whole way? Yep. Beautiful. So that's going to sit like that. So it's a bit like a hidden journaling spot there. Just take it out before it gets stuck. So now we can put our little turtle doves on there. Don't think I want to offset them, so we'll stick them down now. Okay, now we can think about putting the front of our tag onto the base. Now if this gets folded over, hang on, maybe not quite yet. Is that going to be enough of a tab? Yeah, why not? All right, I might fold it over first. So what I'm going to do is cut it a bit shorter. Didn't do this before because I wasn't sure how much I wanted to leave on and what I was going to do with it, but I think this would probably be the best thing to do. Now I'm going to leave it a bit long so that we've got a ribbon tab out the top of our tag. And I think it can go out the top like that. Because once we do what we want to do in the middle of this, we can't have the tab going over the top here. That's why I'm finishing it off on this piece. Okay, so now we can stick it down. So we want to leave the border around all four sides if we can. Make it even if possible. Needs to come down a tad. That will do. Haven't got much wriggle room with this glue, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We can put our pieces together as even as possible. That looks pretty good, and cut down these corners now to make them even, which is hard for me. It's not too bad. So it's looking a bit more like a tag. And then I think now, yes, I think we could put our back piece on. This is harder than it was in my imagination. So we're going to stick the back on like that. So the next thing I might do is the tag that's actually going to go on the inside of this. So for that, I grabbed these two pieces, or two tags. I printed out the page that had these on, which was the one that had other ones on like this. Had these three tags, and I printed it out twice to have two of these. Just want to go all red. And we want just one piece of our cardstock for this tag. Now, do we want a black border? I think no. But what we do want, I think these are fine width. They're a bit smaller, and that is fine, but they're a bit too long. So I'm thinking if I take off about 1.25 inches that we take off of both of these tags. I think I'll cut one of these and then we will do it from there. So 1.25 inches. So go 1.25 inches. So we're not going to leave a border for this inside tag. So I will stick this side down. And I will cut that one out. Crooked, we'll fix that up afterwards because we might need to do some more trimming once we get this on. Anyway, so now I'm going to stick this on and then I will trim that down. Trim this bit off. Okay, now I think we're right. This will need an ink though, so I'll use my black soot again. Do both edges. Now I think we'll use this one, but I'll probably cut the border off and see how it fits. And then we've got to have a picture or something for the front, which I haven't pre-thought. That's looking pretty good, actually. Sort of in keeping with the rest of our tag, which I have lost. Yeah, I think we'll just do that one. So we'll ink this. So what I might do is a bit of colouring on this with my gel pen, and then I will figure out the type of tab I want to go on this and our next few steps. So I found this gorgeous ribbon, so I will attach that for my tab. And I think what I will do is put both edges under this cover piece that I'm doing. Since I've already put this piece on, I can't put it under that, and I tend to want it, do I, under? Yeah. So I will fold it like that and tack it down, and then I think I will go and just sew it on. So there'll be some stitches on the front and back of this, but that's all right. I want to make sure this stays on, unless I sew it on and then stick this on, which is a thought too. Might do that. So you can see I've sewn on my tab there. You can see the stitching at the back here. So now we can stick our front piece on. Bug. Sorry, just squashed a bug in front of you, so I'm a bug murderer. I've got all these gnats. Yes, I know, my namesakes. Yeah, hanging around. That's what happens when you get indoor plants. Usually I put these together with an eyelet, but I'm thinking I'll use a brad this time. I've got a bit more length there to put through everything. And in some ways it'll probably look a bit better. I was debating though using an eyelet on this just so that when we're turning it, it doesn't get ruined by the brad. Okay, so we've got to punch holes, which I'll do first. So I'll grab my crocodile and we will be going the big hole. So I'll just turn, I think that's already set for the big, yeah. So we're all organised. So now we want to line this up where we want it on the inside. So I tend to put it pretty well flush with the top there. And then we've got to line up this outside tag. That looks good. And then we want to punch a hole in the middle now because we've got the ribbon there. I'm just going to punch it in the middle of the ribbon. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best. So, just thinking, will that be? Yes, that'll be fine, that. Yeah. Second guessing myself. Not quite in the middle of the ribbon, but it will do. So there's our hole. So now we want to take this out and put our eyelet in. Okay, now what I'm going to do is bash these bits down nice and flat. I don't think the front matters too much, so I'll just leave that. Now let's see. I don't think that's too bad at all, really. Okay, so now we can, I think, put our brad in. At least with the brad you can take it out and change it around if you need to, which is another bonus. We will be seeing the back of it though, unless we decide to stick something on. So then that'll be like that. That doesn't look too bad actually. Could stick a label or a word over there, which is a thought. Could even do that afterwards. Look, it's off centre. Oh well. Now, this is what I should have checked, but it doesn't matter because we can fix it afterwards. You've got to check that your tag doesn't get caught when you pull it around, because if you don't cut it down the bottom there, the corner will get stuck in here. So then our tag will turn around the whole way if you want it to. Be a bit hard with the tab though to push it back through that way, but it turns around so you can have it like that and journal on that tag as well. So you've got journal spot there, and then a journal spot on the little journaling card that we're slipping in. So that seems to all be working really well actually. So quite happy with that. So that's the basis of our tag done. So now it's about embellishing the front. So now we'll slip our journaling card in so we can see how that's going to sit. Might just put it up the top there. If I shove the sides in, it almost gets hidden, hidden enough anyway, so I'm happy considering. Now, does it even need any more is the question. Another 1 or 2 flowers maybe. So I've got these 3 flowers, and I cut the little bits from the centre out again just to give them a bit of height. Just have to find which way they go. And we've got that one. And that's not the right one for there, but this is. And I also did get some other bits and pieces, so we will see. So you could even use that as is. And I can stick some, although we've got our journaling cards, so if we did, we'd probably want to cut them down more and stuff. Actually looks all right there. We could cut that down. I'm just thinking how they're going to look. It doesn't look too bad with the black hanging over like that. A bit warped. So they're my ideas, how to bring them to fruition. Figure out how we want to put it. That'll be. And then where we want to put it. Could cover up our crooked Brad. It's a good thought. If we put it something like that, then you don't really notice as much. Anyway, let's have a look at our other ones. I'll put them together and we'll put them around the place and just see what we think anyway. So I might do that now. Let's get it which way we want it. Just think any more is like overkill, really. I'm a less is more type of craft, if you haven't noticed. So I'll put them away for something else. So I think it just helps having another flower on there with that one. Now I do have some blingy bits, but I'm not sure if it really needs it now. I'm kind of liking where it is, but we'll have a look. I got out all my red sequins, stars, well, they're sequin stars, love hearts. A few of them might be cool on there. And the smaller ones and bigger ones are these big things. Oh, I kind of like that. Be good to use some of them. I reckon these are left over from my ballroom dancing days. That's going back a while. But I kind of like using one of these up. Don't know if it adds anything, but I'm going to put it there anyway, just because I can. I might take this out. Oops. Oops. Having the clumsies. Adds a bit of interest, maybe. Oh, I think that is it, really. I think we've, that's a fair bit to do for a tag, for me anyway. I'm not much of a tag maker, so anymore, and I'll probably kill it. So, okay, so here is my finished tag. You can see on the flowers and the front card that I've done the glitter gel pen. Love the way that's turned out. And you can see the shininess of the sequins, something a bit different. Good to use up what you've got. Got my ribbon tab, my really crookedly placed brad, which we've tried to offset with a flower. So that's the front. There's the back. That's right, I was going to put a word there, but I actually quite like the way that looks. And I don't think I have any words left. I'll have to print out some more. But so heaps of journaling space on the back there. Front, we've got a slip out hidden journaling spot there with a pretty background. And if you're good, you can get it so you can hardly see it. Yeah. And then you can turn this out. And it's like that, pretty. And then if you turn it over, you can write on both sides like that, and then slip it back in. So it's almost like having two hidden journaling spots, but it's not really hidden because there's a tab there. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Something a little bit different. As I said, I don't make many like fancy tags. So this was fun to have a go with. So again, a massive thank you to Tracie for the awesome digitals and inviting me to participate in this collaboration. It's been so much fun. It's really given me something to concentrate on through the silly season, which I have appreciated. Thank you again so much to everyone who's been watching, all of the collaborators and who have been making things with the kit and showing us what you've made. That's been heaps of fun too, and I've learned a lot by watching everyone else. So kit's still available. If you haven't got it and you see this and you really want this, you can use it for any Christmas in the future, and it is so worth it. It's absolutely beautiful. Most of all, I'm wishing you all the best Christmas ever. Stay safe, have a wonderful time no matter what you do, and I'm looking forward to crafting away with you in the next year. So all the links will be down below, and take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye.